Yeah. But for the most part, it's there.
Probably looks better than the one from Batman '66.
Torpedo weighs up to 4 pounds. Prepare to fire bat charges in front of torpedoes when in range.
Are we filming?
We're filming.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers.
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 Hey, everybody.
Howdy.
So, welcome to Talking Props.
We're talking props, and we're talking something that you have seen before. We did kind of an impromptu video on this prop, but did not look like this. It was more about the toy. You'll see it. We'll link to it here. That was really fun.
Sure.
It was really cool to learn about that, but it looked nothing like this.
No. It didn't.
This is the Batzooka or the Bat Charger, correct?
Right. It was called by both names. Yes. The Batzooka or the Bat Charger. I don't need to go into the back history about it.
I thought it was super interesting to hear about all the deafness that happened.
Deaf children from the Sonic Blaster. But let's talk about the prop.
And now I want one of these just because of that.
I've got an eBay search right now.
It's very cool.
For Sonic Blasters.
It's very cool.
But for a Batman fan, here's the thing about Batman. So you guys are more Batman fans than I am, but I think everyone out there is a Batman fan. But the '66 Batman, the kitschiness, the
campiness, that's why we love it.
This is super fun. I mean,
from shark spray to the bat.
We love the kitsch. We love the kitsch.
Shark repellent as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So let's start from the back. The back, this yellow cord and this yellow cord that goes around, I found at like O'Reilly's, any automotive shop. I wish I could tell you that I knew what it was. It's some kind of...
It looks like 10 gauge wire that's in a yellow coated. So you don't have to paint it. It's just plain 10 gauge automotive wire that's wrapped around the orange tube.
That's why we have you around here. You can look at that and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like 10 gauge to me. And right here it says 10 gauge. I can read.
Okay, I don't know what the hell went on here. You watch a movie, and it's so
This is the Batman
fuzzy.
'66 movie.
I used the little ends that go off of like a window shade. You pull a window like blinds, and you pull them.
Venetian blind shades.
Yeah. And I just used a little bit.
The little cord end thingies.
Exactly.
That's the technical term.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments probably knows.
Probably called a ferrule.
The name.
Sure, there's probably a name for these things. It's a dowel, but it's not a straight dowel. It's a dowel that
it has a slight
bursts down. Right. And then you've got the you've got the missile end. So what I did is I bought an Estes rocket, which you can buy, which is what I did. I bought it at Toys R Us, and I just used a tip, and
just a tip,
bitches. And what I used for this, because it wasn't a straight dowel, I went to Kmart, and Kmart actually had on clearance.
You know how I know you're from Oklahoma?
I know, but they had.
If we don't have those in Texas,
no, I had no idea.
I would shop at them if we still had them.
I had no idea this product even existed, but you could actually buy, because this is what I used, children's cue sticks, and they were on clearance for like $3.
That's how you got the taper.
Cue stick being a pool cue.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. When it comes time to sawing off the end of the Batzooka or the Sonic Charger,
There you
or
go.
the sonic blaster.
There you go.
Right at the tip.
Just the tip.
At
Just
the tip,
a tip.
you make a cut. That actually it's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So right here behind this particular fin is where you're going to make that cut. So Armando came over to my house and said, hey, we want to make this cut. I think we should probably make it with a bandsaw, or we can make it with a hacksaw. You want to use a fine tooth blade. I would recommend against a bandsaw. A bandsaw will create quite an amount of heat that will actually melt the plastic. Take your time, use a hacksaw with a fine tooth blade, just go very slow, cut all the way through. We did use a bandsaw. It melted the plastic a little bit, required a little bit of extra sanding before being able to glue it back together. Worked fine, but anytime you're working with 60-year-old plastic, sticking it into a bandsaw can be a little bit nerve-wracking. In fact, Armando had to go out to the car and have a smoke while I'd made the cut. But we were very lucky. We didn't have any cracking. We didn't have any crazing. It didn't explode on us. We made a nice clean cut. He was able to glue it all back together. But we do have graduated bats that go from large to small. Those were cut by a friend of ours locally, and he did a beautiful job. Armando finished it up with the paint.
Laser, CNC,
I believe it was laser. So it was done by laser, and it's just an acrylic piece that's black, and then he added the extra paint. But really, if you're lucky enough to find a sonic blaster from Mattel, Agent Zero, you know, it's a very cool prop from Batman 66 and relatively easy to make. You know, you could actually cut these things out from plastic or Lexan or styrene, even foam core board, whatever you wanted to do. But it's a relatively easy prop to make if you have...
And destroying another piece of history, though.
Destroying a piece of prop history, or of toy history.
We did a show about the Graflexes. People hate prop guys destroying that. So in the other video, Armando gave a great bit of advice. Find a broken one. That way no one's upset about it.
Yeah, and go ahead and I've already set my... just looking at this particular piece and having a little bit of discussion about it for this show and over at Estel's house.
What's your advice?
I've started looking for one because it really is a cool piece. And for anybody that grew up watching Batman 66, you know, Batman 66 is cool. It's kitschy.
It's very iconic.
It's very iconic.
I'm going to 3D print one.
And Neil's going to try to 3D print one. I'm going to try to find one on eBay and then actually make the thing like Armando did. But it really is a cool piece. Something awesome to put up on the shelf. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send us an email. Definitely comment about it. We will we'll answer any comments that you might have. But it really is a cool piece, and thanks Armando for showing it to us and for introducing both Neil and I to a piece that we wouldn't have any clue about.
Sure.
So
Thanks,
that's
Armando.
Talking Props, man.
Talk to you guys later.
Talking props.